Now, I don't know about you and your family, but our family absolutely loves books. We love books about animals, books about people, books about adventure and books about inventions. To be honest, we love books about pretty much anything. And recently, I have rediscovered my love for the Mr. Men series. Because you've got so many different characters and different storylines. You have got people like Mr. Bump, who's always finding himself having an accident or getting some kind of injury. And you've got people like Mr. Messy, who, to be honest, is a bit like me sometimes. Bit messy, bit chaotic, and a bit disorganised. And you've got characters like Mr. Happy, who even on and in the most difficult of circumstances, he brings a bit of happiness, a bit of positivity and joy. And this has got me wondering, if God was a Mr. Men character, what would he be like? What would he look like? What kind of personality would he have? What storylines would he have? I wonder if you might take a moment to think about that. If God was a Mr. Men character, what would he be like? You see, you don't have to look very far, because luckily for us, God has given us a whole book full of information about what he is like. And we're just going to have a little think about one of those things today. This is what it says in Matthew chapter 6 as part of the Sermon on the Mount. It says, God says to us, "So I tell you, don't worry about the food that you need to live, and don't worry about the clothes for your body. For life is more important than food, and the body is more important than clothes. Look at the birds in the air. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns. Yet your heavenly Father feeds the birds, and you know that you are worth much more than the birds. Who can add even a minute to their life by worrying about these things?" You see, Jesus tells us not to worry, because if God was a Mr. Men character, I think that he could possibly be renamed Mr. Provider or Mr. Giver, because he is someone that provides clothes to the clothless, food to the hungry, a home and a refuge and a shelter to the homeless, peace to those who are worrying, and joy to those who are sad. Therefore, we don't need to worry about the everyday things like the food that we need, the food we eat, or the clothes that we wear, because God will provide them for us. And if we do find ourselves worrying about those things, which is very easy to do, then we can talk to God about that. And he will reassure us that just as he created the birds in the sky and the flowers on the ground, and he provides for them, he will do the very same for us. Because if God was a Mr. Men character, then we can be confident that he would be a character that provides exactly what we need when we need it. All we have to do is ask and trust him.